Here is the documentary script for The Great Stink. Imagine a city where the air reeks of death and decay. A place where the very thought of fresh water makes you sick. Welcome to 19th century London, where the stench from the River Thames became so unbearable that it forced the modernization of its sewer system. The Great Stink was an event that would change the course of history. But what led to this crisis? Let's go back in time and explore how London's sanitation problems came to a head. In the century preceding 1856, over 100 sewers were constructed in London. However, at this date, the city had around 200,000 cesspits and 360 sewers. The combination of rapid population growth, from just under 1 million to 3 million, and improvements in water supply led to more water being flushed into the sewers, along with the associated effluent. This created a perfect storm of filth. The River Thames, once a pristine river, had become a conduit for untreated human waste and industrial effluent. The hot summer of 1858 was the final straw. The smell from the river was so bad that it forced Parliament to abandon its chambers. In the Victorian era, doctors believed in the miasma theory, that contagious diseases were caused by the inhalation of contaminated air. However, a few forward-thinking scientists like John Snow began to question this notion. Snow, a London-based physician, had noticed that cholera outbreaks were linked to water quality. In 1849, Snow published his groundbreaking paper, which posited the theory of waterborne transmission. Little attention was paid to his work at first. But during the third cholera outbreak in 1854, Snow focused on the effects in Broad Street, Soho. In response to growing public concern over sanitation, the Metropolitan Commission of Sewers, MCS, was established in 1848. This new body had full control over London's sanitation facilities and set about connecting cesspits to sewers or removing them altogether. Joseph Bazalgette, an engineer, was appointed as assistant surveyor in August 1849. Bazalgette had been working on the railway industry until overwork forced him out. He brought a fresh perspective to London's sanitation problems and began refining plans for a modern sewerage system. However, his efforts were initially hindered by the prevailing miasma theory. In 1855, the Metropolis Management Act replaced the Commission with the Metropolitan Board of Works, MBW. By June 1856, Bazalgette had completed his definitive plans for a sewerage system that would drain into main outflow pipes. He designed small, local sewers about 3 feet in diameter to feed into larger ones until they reached the main outflows. The work on high, mid and low-level systems for the new northern and southern outfall sewers started at the beginning of 1859 and lasted until 1875. This massive project would change the face of London forever. The legacy of the Great Stink is one of transformation. The modern sewer system built in response to the crisis has protected public health for generations. Today, we take clean water and sanitation for granted. But in 1858, it was a luxury that many couldn't afford. As we stand on the banks of the River Thames today, it's hard to imagine the stench that once reeked from its waters. The Great Stink may seem like a distant memory, but its impact is still felt in our daily lives. The Great Stink was more than just an unpleasant odor, it was a turning point in history. It forced London's leaders to confront the consequences of neglecting sanitation and paved the way for modern urban planning. As we continue to face new challenges in public health, let us remember the lesson of 1858, that even the most seemingly insurmountable problems can be solved with determination and vision. Final shot, archival photo of the River Thames in 1858. Note, the script is written for a 10 to 15 minute documentary, targeting 1,500 words.